Des O'Connor and Carol Vorderman one last time. Countdown is here from 3:25, right after we hear from the lady of the moment herself. Hard to believe, but it really is. One last consonant, please, Carol.
Hello, my name's Giles Brandreth, and over the past 26 years, I've had the privilege of being the most frequent visitor to Countdown's Dictionary Corner. Today, it's my privilege to welcome you to a slice of television history, as Countdown bids a fond farewell to the unique Carol Vorderman. This is a special programme in which we're celebrating possibly the most seen woman on British television, unless, of course, you count the long-haired girl who used to play noughts and crosses with the test card dummy. So it's going to be sums and chums all the way, and who knows, perhaps even a tear or three, as we look back at the clips, the quips, and probably, in my case, the hips of the First Lady of Numbers. So without further ado, please welcome the Queen of Calculation, the darling of division, the woman most men would love to multiply with. It's Carol Vorderman. Carol. Whoa! You're looking beautiful. You are beautiful.
I cannot believe those puns, Giles.
Carol, you, the first female face on Channel 4.
Yes.
Just listen to these statistics. 26 years, 4,750 shows.
Is it?
You've put 320,000 letters up on that board. You've tackled approximately 11,200 numbers games, and wait for it, you have heard the countdown clock music more than 57,000 times. Are you still sane?
I'm not sure I am. Now you tell me those numbers, I'm not sure I am. Is it really 57,000 times? Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Thank you.
Do you ever dream it at night? Does it ever come through your head? Do you ever...
I think it wakes me up a few times. Yeah.
It is
Years,
extraordinary.
anyway.
And the statistics are amazing, because I remember one of the high points back in February, I think it was 94, when in 1 week, 24 million people in the UK tuned in to Countdown, 5 million a night. It was but it was amazing.
It was amazing. And for many, many, many years, Richard, Whitley, obviously, and I, we would get the ratings through, and we'd be the top 5 shows on Channel 4. Week in, week out, and we'd just, I go, Whiters, have you seen this? And you go, we just laugh. And it went on for year after year after year, so it was wonderful.
When you were a little girl, did you realise that this was going to be your destiny?
No, I wanted to be either an airline pilot or the first female Prime Minister.
Oh, well, there's time for both. Well, no, you can't be the first female.
No,
you could be the second female Prime Minister. Were you any good at arithmetic as a little girl?
I loved numbers. Numbers are always my friends. I had other friends as well, I hasten to add. But I always loved numbers from... I think I was probably about 2 or 3, and used to go to a little Catholic school in Rill, a state school, but it was Catholic, and my first teacher was called Sister Zita. She's a nun, and she used to put me at the back of the class and give me lots and lots of sums to do all the time, and I'd just go, and always did it against the clock, even at that age, at 3. Yeah.
My God, well, you look as if you've come dressed for your first communion. It's a charming outfit, if I may say so. But you know, you wouldn't be here, I know this, if you had been left to your own devices.
No.
You are here because of an important woman in your life, and in all our lives.
Yes.
This is well documented. Is it true that it was your mum who actually wrote in?
It is absolutely true, yes, in 1982. She wrote the letter of application, yeah.
And is it true that she actually forged yours? Well, I don't know why I'm asking you. I'm going to bring her, the magic of television. We have flown her across the world. She got on the bus and she's here. Would you please welcome Carol's mum, Jean Vorderman?
Hey.
And who are these beautiful people with her?
Well,
who are these two?
This is Katie, my daughter, who's 16. And Cameron, my son, who's 11.
Look, you two, I knew you when you were bumps.
Yes, and they both appeared for 9 months on Countdown each.
Prenatal TV, you were famous before you arrived. They're a credit to you, actually.
Thank
Well
you for
done, lovely
bringing
to see
Nana
you.
on. Have a little pew.
And actually, they're a credit to your mum, because I know often when you've been in Leeds recording Countdown, the kids have been in very safe
Well, we've always
hands.
lived together, haven't we?
Yes, we have, yes.
Now, is it true, Jean, that you really wrote the letter? Why did you write the letter? How did you write the letter?
Actually, I typed it in work secretly, you know, because I didn't have a typewriter at home. And then, because we'd seen the thing in the Yorkshire Evening Post that they couldn't get a girl to do the numbers, the sums, and I said, oh, you should write in for this, because they'd had about 3,000 applications and couldn't get anybody who could do the sums. So she said, oh, I can't, I know nothing about television. But I said the others didn't either, so I did it at work, and I sent her photograph, and I did forge her signature.
You did?
You forged her signature?
I forged her signature. It was good enough. It passed first real.
So this is the culmination of a 26-year deception?
Yes, it is, actually. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the men in white coats are waiting for me, but the boys in blue are waiting for you.
Yes, please.
So you forged her signature?
What do you mean, yes, please?
And has it changed your life?
Yes. Oh, yes, it has, really. Changed the pattern of my life, yes.
But let me take you back to that first day. It was November the 2nd, 1982. It was your debut, the first female face on Channel 4, Carol Vorderman. Let us take a look at your performance that day.
Meet our vital statistician, Carol Vorderman. She's a Cambridge graduate and she works in computers.
Well, that was only 7 out, but there was a way of actually getting 493, and that was by adding the 6 and the 1 to give 7, and then multiplying by the 7 in the numbers to give 49, then taking that 49 and multiplying by 10 gives us 490, and finally adding the 3 to the 490 gives us our total of 493.
The question is, how did this programme survive?
Well, it survived because of the lady next to me.
Yes, because you weren't alone.
No.
Yours was the first female face. The second female face was the girl who, in those days, used to actually say...
Well, we used to say, consonant, please, Kathy, in the early days.
And here she is, ladies and gentlemen, Kathy Heitner.
Hey!
First letters lady. Well, what do you remember of those first programmes, Kathy?
I remember the audiences, the studio audiences, that we used to have to bus in.
Well, nobody really knew what Countdown was in those days, you see, so it was...
And there used to be ladies sitting on the front row saying, what did he say? Oh, it's bloody rubbish.
I remember people who thought they'd come to a live recording of Emmerdale. Totally confused they were, but you looked beautiful and you did these letters and it was fantastic. And were you friends then, or were you rivals? Was it, what I really want asking is, was it a family? When I first arrived, there were people like Ted Moulton, Kenneth Williams and Dictionary Corner.
Yes.
And was it, as soon as I arrived, I felt this is a family, and was it really like that right from the beginning?
I used to stay with Carol and Jean.
Yeah, because we lived in Leeds.
holiday
Mum and I
together.
lived in Leeds, and Kathy, she was a foreigner, she was from Manchester.
Yeah.
So when she came over, she would stay with us,
Well, of course, I have been lucky enough to be in Dictionary Corner a lot of
Well,
times.
you first came into these studios in 1982, and you've been on nearly 300 times.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so you've heard that music quite
I've heard the music quite a few times, and I remember with great affection some of the people from Dictionary Corner in the early days. People like Ted Moult, people like Kenneth Williams, Russell Harty, all lovely people.
Who used to teach Richard at
who
Giggleswick.
taught Richard Whiteley at Giggleswick School. Bill Tidy, wonderful people, and some of them sadly no longer with us, but some are still with us. Let me give you a flavour, if I may, of some of the extraordinary guests who have made a unique contribution to Dictionary Corner here on Countdown. my goodness, I was going to say, Carol, you've had them all, but I mean, you've known them all, the great and the good.
It's fantastic.
And who are these you're suddenly surrounded by
The
men?
wonderful Rick Wakeman, yes, yes, yes. Barry Norman, Paul Zanon. Now, you've got to watch yourself when he's around.
Yeah.
And the lovely Keith Barron.
What is this fixation you have with the older man? I mean...
I'm sorry, it's before 9 o'clock. I can't tell you about that.
It is wonderful for us, because we're like cousins in the family. We
Yes.
come in, as it were,
Yes.
and we meet you. Can you
Or
remember...
naughty uncles.
Can you remember your first time, Barry?
Of meeting Carol?
Yeah. Pull yourself together. Honestly, you know.
This is the kind of thing a gentleman doesn't talk about. I remember seeing her for the first time, and just as in that clip we've just seen, pretending to be terribly grown up with that awful hairstyle.
Yeah.
But very young, very eager, very enthusiastic. And I remember my wife looking at her and saying, "Does her mummy know she's up there pretending she knows about math?"
Rick, the world of rock meets the world of numbers. Very strange.
I was really lucky because I was a fan of Countdown when it was late electrics. I lived in Switzerland, so I watched it there before I came here. And my agent had tried really hard to get me on and failed miserably. And then Carol came to the Isle of Man, where I used to live.
That's right,
We did a programme called the
Antiques
Inspectors. And we were having sort of lunch and dinner and things, and Carol was saying, "Tell us some rock and roll stories." So I told her a few. And she said, "Oh, you should come on Countdown." I said, "They won't have me." And she said, "Well, we'll see about that." And 2 weeks later, I got a call. And that was what, nearly 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That was it. And I was so nervous when I first came over. I was so nervous, and it's just been fantastic coming back and made great friends both with Carol and Richard.
Well, you were nervous because you knew it as Les Lettres et les Chiffres, a French television programme, and your French was a bit rusty.
I
so
couldn't
you thought,
understand why there were no X's all the time.
Amazing. Magic. Do you bring magic to the show? In the early days, I used to come with puppets. I think that's why I was dropped.
That's how I got the gig, because you kept doing
I
that.
think so. Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of a weird one, because every time when I first arrived on the show, obviously Jeffrey Durham had been on for years, and he'd done, you know, like 3,000 different tricks. So every time I turn up with kind of 10 different tricks to do in the week, oh, Jeffrey's done that, oh, we did that the other week, whatever. So, you know, so we're scraping the barrel, but we got there. So, yeah.
The great Soprendo,
Yeah,
And
absolutely,
look, the great Keith Barron.
Well, every visit has been a total pleasure, and this is my ambition to be on 2 pink settees with 4 men and Carol Vorderman. So, you'll have to pick the bones out of that, love. I don't know.
After all this excitement, I think we need to lie down for a moment or two.
Will that be together?
We're going to take a break, and when we've recovered our decorum, we shall return with more surprise guests with Carol Vorderman.
Nine on 4.
Welcome back. Now, if you know me, I'm Giles Brandreth. I'm something of a style guru. Known for my interest in fashion, and I am. And I have to tell you, the reason I put my glasses on is that I have assembled a little montage of glorious outfits from what we may call the Vorderman collection. Watch this.
Those outfits from the 80s, weren't they fantastic?
Yeah.
And the headband and everything.
And who did you borrow the hair from?
Kathy Heitner.
Extraordinary. Mick Hucknall at one stage, I thought. Amazing look, darling.
That was lovely to see you.
It was lovely. It's lovely to see
lovely,
that.
yeah.
The great thing for me about Countdown is that it really actually works at several levels. Of course, it is a wonderful words and numbers game.
Yes.
The Countdowners just love playing it as a game, as a mental exercise, as an entertainment.
As we all do in the studio, because even when, you know, once I put the letters up for any of the words games, I was sitting on my stool and thinking, oh, what's like? I've got 6, or I've got 7. Oh, I've got 8. And occasionally when I get a 9, I'm going like this to Susie. Susie, Susie. I've got, she's going, yeah, OK, shush.
And there has, though, also been educational value to it over the years. I mean...
Yes, because now, of course, there are generations of people, and I know everyone in the audience will agree, where you have grandparents and parents, and a lot of very young children have learned their letters.
Oh, well, in fact, its contribution, as it were, to education in the nation was recognised at the Mother of Parliaments of the House of Commons, wasn't it?
Oh, I know. Richard was beside himself with excitement, because he had this 8-foot-tall cutout of Big Ben, and they put the countdown clock and stuck it onto Big Ben. He thought, oh, he was absolutely beside himself.
Well, we can give you a glimpse of why you adored the man and what made you laugh. Just take a look at this.
A very warm greeting from me, Richard Whiteley, and my very sweet friend over there, Carol Vorderman. Have you finished that sweet yet, Carol? 4:30 the show starts, you know. Remember that.
But I was just thinking how gorgeous you look today.
You were just thinking about that, were you? Oh, you keep on thinking that. You've not much else to do in the next half hour, so just keep thinking and wear short sleeves. Support your right to bear arms. Very good. Anyway.
I'm struck dumb. I'm sorry.
Now, because remember, the best bits are at the front.
No, they're at the beginning.
Oh, not sorry, what was I thinking of then? Freudian slip there, eh? Now, Carol, I've got a little thing here, which, which might just amuse some of you, I don't know. What's it say? Thank you.
I love you anyway.
I love you, I love you.
Happy Valentine's Day,
Yes.
everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day.
Bye.
Wonderful. Adorable. Isn't it adorable? Just so funny and lovely to see him again. Wonderful, wonderful. He was your... You were his screen wife.
I was, yes.
But you actually had to share him because he did have a partner. And here she is. Would you please welcome Kathy Apanovich, Richard Whiteley's partner. Lovely to see you, Kathy. Oh, my goodness.
I had the worst bit because I had to wash his underpants.
Oh, don't. We can see a little bit of how you enjoyed a chuckle or two.
Just a few,
Just
yes,
a chuckle or two at the great man's expense.
Absolutely.
We've got a little something to amuse you now. Take a look at this.
People are constantly coming up to me and saying, twice nightly Whiteley. Twice nightly Whiteley. And if only people knew what that meant. And they're always saying to me, well, what does it mean? What does it mean? Well, you know, far be it from me to actually inform you what twice nightly Whiteley actually means. All I will say is, that man is a martyr to his bladder.
He was so funny, wasn't he? Twice nightly Whiteley.
The great thing about Dick was that he was just so enthusiastic about every... Great girl.
And he always used to say to me, he said, that girl, she was fabulous. She should be about 104. Everybody's a girl.
Marvellous.
Beautiful.
Richard did get the wrong end of the stick all too often, didn't he?
No, not he.
He could, and I think this might just, as it were, turn the tears into tears of laughter.
Good morning. I said good morning.
21 years at 4 o'clock.
Well, we're dancing in the streets of Melrose. No, not Melrose. Where do you live?
Sutton Coldfield.
Yes, Sutton Coldfield. Well, you want to dance in Sutton Coldfield? Feel free. Bye to you two.
Bye-bye for now.
You.
Yes, I'll be here on Monday.
Forgot your name there. But actually, it'll come on in a minute at the end, won't it, on the roller?
Just to remind you.
Yes. That's why they can't use it, you see. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Carol. Thank you all for watching. That's the end of this series. We shall be back again in January of 1966. So may we...
96, Richard. You're not very good with numbers, are you?
That man was so funny, so lovely, so likeable.
It was just wonderful.
This is a family.
It is. It is a family, Giles, and it is a unique programme because so many people, all the camera crew are here, have been here 26 years, and some of our producers over the years were champions, contestants, and then came as researchers and then producers. And Damien Eadie, who's the series producer, was a champion in 1994, and I've worked on a lot of programmes, and you have too, but Countdown is unique. It is very, very special.
And here's someone who's been involved for 17 years or so.
Yes.
Fresh from Montessori Nursery School. She came to help out in Dictionary Corner. It's Susie Dent. Welcome, Susie. And you've been here day in, day out for about 7 years, haven't you?
I have. This is Richard's leotard.
Leotard, of course, one of the most popular words on Countdown.
Leotards, tangelos. I mean, how can we have a programme where just those two words, without any introduction at all, just gets a cheer from the audience? There's no other show like it. And the family thing sounds like such a cliché, but it's so true. It's the only programme that I've been really, really deeply involved with, and I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. And just deep breath, I think, all round.
Susie Dent, well done you. Well, Susie is right. This is an extraordinary words and numbers game. And, of course, we've been saluting some of the people who've been your friends over the last 26 years.
Friends, yeah.
But we haven't actually mentioned the most important friends, the people who've been watching this programme.
Yeah.
Some of them, literally, from the 2nd of November, 26 years ago.
I know.
OK, the Countdowners, the heart of your family.
Yes.
OK, you've been talking to Susie and Kathy and all the others. Now talk to them. Your Countdowners.
Thank you, Giles. Well, hello. My name's Carol Vorderman. I want to say what a complete privilege it has been to work on Countdown. It has been a privilege to meet tens and tens of thousands of you in the street, and you all say how much you love Countdown. People who've been in the hospitals with their parents when they've passed away, and all they wanted to do in their last days, the particular time in the afternoon, was watch Countdown. And it means a lot to them, and to all the students who've ribbed us over the years, I want to say thank you. And I hope that you would agree with me that what we've always wanted Countdown to be, Richard and I and Susie and others who've worked on it, is always innocent and always kind. And I just want to thank you for being our friends and my friend, and I shall I'll miss everybody.
Carol?
Yes?
Thank you very much indeed for the last 26 minutes.
Thank you for today.
More important, thank you very much indeed, Carol Vorderman, for the last 26 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Carol Vorderman.
Thank you.
Carol and friends.
And our Countdowners.
Hold it together for a while longer. Catch Carol doing it once more, showing off her mathematical prowess with Des for the very last time. Countdown is next.